Hello, Rainier aka Mac, and welcome! So, today on the PTU 3.13.1, they have released a new patch, and it contains the Hercules C2, the M2, and the Nova Tonk, which is super exciting. So, I own the C2, which is this beast. I'm in Arena Commander, because these servers can be a little hit or miss. Plus, when you're walking outside of the ship, this new stagger system seems to completely throw you back. I literally got launched to the back. I was trying to get out the front ramp and I got launched to the back of the ship and died. So to save having to respawn, you know the whole party trick. Anyway, so this is the C2. I am going to do a first look tour of the interior. We're not going to put it through a flight test as such yet. We will definitely look into it more later on, and I will be checking it out on stream this coming Monday as well. Plus, I will be checking out the M2 and the Nova Tonk, seeing what they're like. Does that moon look a little odd? It looks odd to me. But yeah, this is quite a beast, and I love the interior. As I say, we'll take a look around. They've also got the slots, accessible slots for the personal inventory, which is pretty nifty. So we will check that out as well. But I'll just do a quick look around the outside. Now, if you look at the front, just past the name Hercules, towards the back, you've got these two Revenant Gatling guns sticking out of the side. Now, if I turn the power off, let me just get around to where you can see it a bit better. If I turn the power off, boop, they took away into the ship, which is quite nice. Let me just put the power back on again. Okay, I'm turning engines off, that's why. So they come out, they fold away. Also, let me just pull out a little bit, look around the side. You can see that if I toggle my landing gear, they will come out below. I have noticed landing it on a planet, it noses forwards. I don't know if that's just a balance issue or if it's to do with the weather. I think it's more of a bit like the Constellation does, where it would just headbutt the ground. It does that as well. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. You can lower the front cargo ramp and that will put it upright again, but then, you know, when you step out, you get blown around. It also has VTOL, which is a bit unusual. I didn't know it had VTOL. Maybe it's not VTOL. I mean, you can tuck them independently, so that's the landing gear going back. There are some pretty big maneuvering thrusters on these. All I can think is they're maneuvering thrusters, and you can send them down to give you some extra help planet side, because it is a ship that's going to be landing. It's going to be dropping off vehicles and cargo and stuff, so it needs to be able to go planet side pretty easily. And all I can think is that's what they're for. And then they'll just act as maneuvering thrusters to push you to the side or to rotate, maybe. Interesting, though. I mean, it's a cool little design. Let me just reset the view, get back to here. I like it. But we have the two. It's quite a long distance of a seat to travel, but it's fine. Now this here says doors. Maybe your avionics blades, potentially. I don't know, but we'll keep that shut. So you've got a second seat there. You've got these panels here. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be for. Maybe some form of... no, I don't know. Maybe for checking your cargo. Maybe your cargo manifest. Maybe an engineering station. These, I believe, are your avionics. Let me just turn head toggling off a second. These could be your avionics. Maybe. Doesn't look like it, but it doesn't mention on the side what they're for as such. Could be for doing diagnostics. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, the bridge is very similar in design to the MSR, with it being Crusader. nothing more really to show. So the door panels, let's just unlock and open. Now there is a bit of a bug. This one turns the lights off. There are better light panels further in the ship that allow 3 different states, which I think one is auxiliary, one is off, and one is on. Let's just close this up. Turn off the sensor for that one. Now these, I think, are escape pods, which are pretty cool. Although one looks like an escape pod, the other one doesn't look so cozy. We can't get in there. I don't want to risk anything there because we're bouncing around. This one I think is an escape pod. I think there might only be 2. It's pretty much a crew of 2 is this ship. I don't think they really allow for more. But then you have this armory, which is... You've got room for 8 weapons, 16 weapons, which is very unusual. Having a crew of 2 and 16 weapons, and I mean, I don't know what these... So 2 escape pods, but what are these? Are they all escape pods? Maybe it's an access to the ground, quick access. I don't know. I'm not really certain about that. They don't all look like escape pods because they are different, but maybe they are. We'll see. But yeah, 16 weapons. Good for transporting weapons, I guess. If you're delivering some weapons, you could have boxes of weapons in the cargo bay as well as 16 around here, but it seems a bit excessive. Anyway, let's move further back. So let's close that up. Turn off the sensor. Very nice. Let's see what we got behind door number 2. Ah, okay, so these are the coolers, and I believe they're size 3 thermal cores from Juno Star Works, sorry. Big old beasts they are. Not the kind of cooler you'll be able to pull out by hand. I think they might need a specialist garage to swap these out, unless you can find a way of using some form of multiple tractor beams. I don't know. I think when it gets to this size, you're going to have to use help. But that's the coolers. Let's move further down. I'm hoping my head... Let's just turn head tracking off. It might be a bit awkward using that. We have some big old things in here. Lightning power limited. This... What is this one? I know the shield generator's a Basilisk. The power plant is a Ginzel from Juno as well. All size 3. The radars, they're from Chimera. They're Chimera Surveyors, so I don't think that's a radar. But I ain't entirely sure what these are. So I'm not sure what they could be with them being lightning power or lightning... Well, this brand anyway. So this is the main deck. This is the top deck. Here is a lighting panel that actually works. You have 3 states. You've got off, which looks like that. Pretty cool, especially when you've got a torch shining through. I can just imagine seeing things running off in the distance down there and worrying about it. Then you've got your auxiliary, I think, with this weird light down there. That's so bright. And then you've got on, where everything is lit up. Now this ladder goes straight down to the cargo deck. You have an elevator that goes down to the cargo deck, plus it takes you outside as well. We will definitely venture down there and I'll show you, but you can go all the way outside and ride it the full length. This looks like access to a bit more storage. We can't access these at the moment, but I would assume they are storage. Now continuing down this side, you have your life support here, which is actually new to the roadmap, to the progress tracker, is the life support devices. We don't have them yet to deal with, but this will supply your ship with oxygen. We'll shut that up. And then these are the storage units. Now I think you've got 6 of them in total, maybe 8. You've got one there, one on the same side there, and then I think 2 down here. Storage. So yeah, it looks like 6. And they're pretty nifty, so they open up. And what's going to happen when we get physical inventory or personal inventory for 314, you will click on them. Oh, it doesn't do it in the PU. When you click on them, it brings up a panel, like if you press I. I can't even... Oh, damn it. I wish I wasn't in the Arena Commander. It's basically... You could press on this. It'll bring up some UI as if you were pressing the I button along here. Quite a big one. And it's 2,000 cargo units, like personal units. And you could then bring up your own personal inventory and then transfer things across. So if you had a weapon in there, you could put it across here, and it allows you to just store extra bits around here. There we go. Which is really cool. It's such a nice addition, having these extra storage areas. But unfortunately, I don't think it works so well in the Arena Commander, because you don't need to access inventory, basically. Nice little passageway to get over from one side to the next. You've got another one there as well, and you get to view, I suppose, the engine. It looks like some form of sports car with a cool V12 sticking out the top. Extra storage bags by the looks of things, which will eventually, I'm assuming, get hooked up. And then you have your recreation room. Now again, I think this is just a crew of 2. You have, well, you don't have it in here. Opposite side, you've got habitation with 2 bunk beds. But you've got some good storage bags there again. You've got some shelving which you'll be able to display whatever you want. I think that's a Tamsa wheel artwork design. You can sit down on here, smoke or vape, whatever the hell that is. Not entirely sure. You could watch TV, watch the Murray Cup. More shelving for storage. You've got your kitchen area where I think you've got a coffee machine here. Makes me want a coffee. Microwave. Oh, that's a microwave. This is probably more of a food dispensary kind of thing. And then fridges, storage. Big fridge here. Can't access it, unfortunately. Not yet. Cups, saucers, plates. A lot of crockery supply for a crew of 2. But I guess you may have others on board. And then you've got more shelving here. And a little dining nook. Little breakfast nook with 4 seats and a light-up table. Nice little space, nicely decorated. No lighting by the looks of things. And then it brings you out. We've just gone through that door. We're back out here again with your 2 extra storage units. That's quite a cool design. I do like these cables feeding back to whatever the hell that is. Quite mesmerizing. I don't think walking into it would be a good idea though. So down here you've got your engineering area. In this one you've got a cooler. Let's open these up, and this is the power plant. So the power plant is the Ginzel. Sorry, they're probably a bit loud. This is the Juno Starworks Ginzel Size 3 power plant. Eventually you will have a dial here giving you some information. You'll be able to open them up and put in subcomponents to help change things around, maybe do some maintenance on them. What was these? The coolers, weren't they? Was this a cooler? Yes, so these are also Juno Starworks thermal cores. Also size 3. The other one is on the opposite side. I will show you that in a second. Oh, that's how you can tell if it's a cooler, because you've got these cooling pipes. And then you've got this, which must be a bespoke engine. These won't be able to be replaced by, yourself. You'll have to take them to special people, like garages and so forth, to fix them up. And whatever this is, I don't know what it is. Contamination risk. Could it be a jump drive of some form? Maybe if that uses a specific type of material. But I like this area because you could use it for storage, storing subcomponents, storing tools and other cargo, just for bits that you might need to repair areas. But that is one side of the engineering section. Let's just jump over to the other side. You've got recreation on one side and then habitation on the opposite. We will look at the engineering first and then look at habitation. So this is your other cooler. The other thermal core, you have 2 of those, both size 3, so quite decent beastie items. But this, again, you can access. This is the other contamination risk. Any ideas what this could be, do drop it in chat. I haven't seen any information about it. And then you've got this down here, which is your jump drive. Which makes... I would have thought they would put the jump drive there, because this contamination thing is on the other side. Like, there on the other side. Does that make sense? But I think this could be your jump drive. So your Tarsus jump drive is there, as well as maybe a quantum drive. Like, well, you've got a quantum and then and a jump drive at the same time. So, oh no, okay. So the quantum drive is a Karma by Juno Starworks. So I'm not sure what this Tarsus is. Interesting. It could be. I mean, it could be a fuel tank. I don't think it is. I think the fuel tanks are these bulbous things over here. Maybe they're no, I don't know what they are, but yeah, I'm not sure what they are. We will have to wait until they are fully fledged and brought in. But again, on this side you've got a lot of baggage, maybe more extra storage. This is habitation, so more baggage, storage compartments. You've got a couple of lockers. A little panel control station for, I guess, monitoring environments, maybe comm calls. I love this little Ursa rover plushie. That is very nice. Oh, Christ. And a very tiny watering can. Can't open these drawers, but you can sit down. We won't bother just in case we get stuck. 2 beds for a crew of 2. 2 toilets, which is very fancy. This makes a little beeping sound. Interesting. So toilet, shower, 2 beds, another station. So you've got your own private little area and private 2 more. You've got 2 of those each, I guess, if there's just 2 of you on board. And then you come back out on here again. So that's the engineering, habitation, recreation, sorted, and the bridge we've checked out. Let's go down. The sensors do pick you up a lot further away, which is great. I know on like the MSR you'd have to be quite close to it. Whether it's desync that slows it down from opening, I don't know. But let's take the elevator down to the cargo deck. The huge cargo deck, which can hold a Nova tank. A Nova tank. And nice to have that access as well. If you lose power to the ship, you will still have access via the ladder. And so here is the cargo deck, with the ladder taking you all the way up. It is a nice big space. It actually feels smaller than I thought it would, but you still know you can get a tank in. I wonder if the tank has to go central so that the barrel can sit central, unless it can fit either side. It'll be interesting to see how much we can fit in this beast. Let me just open the doors. Quite a long-winded audio file for that one, but it does sound pretty cool. So this is the lights off. This is auxiliary. And then we have lights on. I mean, you can fit a ton of vehicles in here. We will have to test that out. But Cyclones, Ursas, a ballista, maybe a couple, maybe a few ballistas, maybe a couple of tonks, 3 tonks, 4 tonks, we'll see, a honky tonk. But yeah, smaller vehicles like Cyclones and Ursas, you can really fit in, oh, I wouldn't even want to guess, 10? We'll say 12, I don't know. But there is a shed load of room in here. Not to mention just all the cargo that you can carry as well. if you're supplying a homestead or anything with supplies and building materials, you're going to want to, if you're building a big home, you're going to want to transport the stuff in this. So that's it, fully open with its drive-in, drive-off ability. Really unique. But yeah, that is practically the tour of this vehicle, of the C2. Not the M2, the C2. We have the M2 in the PTU as well. I will check that out. Again, this is more of just a first look until the servers become a bit more stable. Once they do, I will do a bit more of a flight test. We will see what we can fit inside. But I don't want to risk it for the time being because it can be a bit higgledy-piggledy trying to get stuff working in the PTU at the moment. But hopefully it'll come to the live build soon. That opens a bit too late, but it's cool to have that option. So if you do have the cargo bays open in space, you don't vent the whole place. Maybe there'll be a bit of a warning there if you try and open that up. But overall, I adore this ship. It would be nice to have like your own captain's quarters, but again, you're doing long hauls. You're not a military ship. You're not doing like massive multi-crew stuff on this. You're literally loading up the cargo bay and you are delivering a shed ton of goods. And that is what this ship is for. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As I say, we will do a lot more videos with the C2 in the PU, or even in the PTU, but once it gets a bit more stable, we will jump in there and we will test everything out. I'll show you the storage, show you how it handles in flight as well. It's a bit of a beast. It feels a bit too quick and nimble for my liking for it being a big ship, so it might need a bit of balancing. And as always, the first time they put any vehicle into the PU, it's never accurate to start with. It always needs a bit more work, so we will just see how that goes as time goes on. But do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my gameplay videos. I am going to start a new gameplay series. Hopefully this is in 1440p at 60 FPS. My girlfriend showed me how to do that. I had no idea, but that was one of my goals to achieve, so that when I do some gameplay videos, it is in the best quality possible. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Do join me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. I'm getting back to streaming on Monday. Thank you guys so much for the support. It is truly appreciated. But with that said, I hope you get to check out the C2 yourselves. Have a great evening, and I will see you in the next one.